everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing really well. Today is going to be the first in a little series I'm going to be doing throughout May, all about exam prep, how best to get ready for your ABRSM exams, your GCSE recordings, your A-level recordings, your music college exams, anything and everything. This is hopefully going to be something that's quite applicable all year round. Today's video is all going to be about how to prep your mind for exam day. We're going to get on to the physical preparation, how to practice for it, what to do on the day, what to do after, all of that kind of stuff. But today is going to be how to get yourself in the best mental state possible for you to absolutely nail that exam. If you are new to my channel, then my name is Heather and I'm a professional freelance viola player living and working in the UK, and I make videos just all about freelance life, musician life and music things and viola things, and it's all a good time. So if that sounds like something you will enjoy, then please do hit that little like button and that subscribe button and do all the things. Like you've been here a while, you know what to do. So tip number 1 is to practice performing in front of as many people as possible. Crowd. Now obviously this is a little bit tricky at the moment because, COVID. Video call everyone you know, all of your friends, your nan, your granddad, your auntie, that great auntie who lives in the goodness only knows where. Play to everyone because it's really uncomfortable. Full disclosure, the first time you do it you're gonna absolutely hate it. I cried many times when my parents asked me to play in front of people, and then look what I ended up doing for a living, so that one's ironic on me. But the whole point of doing this is that every single time you perform in front of either somebody new or just in front of somebody else, you get better at it, you get more used to it, and it becomes so much less of a big thing. That examiner is they're a human being. They're not out to get you. They do want you to do well, and so playing in front of people who are rooting for you will give you such good experience of that performing with an audience. Tip number 2 is to practice playing your scales in a random order. In the exam, they can ask your scales in any order they like. They do not have to follow the pattern that is in your scale book. So get yourself off that scale book as soon as you can. It's really beneficial to actually have to work out all of your key signatures and all those kinds of things so that when you're in the exam and they fire that minor scale at you that you're really hoping they don't pick, you can have those tools available to you to quickly work out the key signature and know where you are. Something that I've always found really helpful, it's something that I make all of my pupils do, is to get a scale jar. Now this is just a jar of your choosing that you write all of your scales on little bits of paper and then put them in the jar, okay? This then means that when you pick them out, they're going to be in that random order, and it also means that you don't just end up playing the same scales all the time, because I know you do that. C minor melodic octaves. Maybe if I pick again. Tip number 3 is to practice in the clothes that you're going to be wearing for your exam, and this includes the shoes, the full outfit. Is this too much? A lot of people go to their exam straight from school, so if you are going to be doing your exam in your school uniform, which is a nice option, it's something that you're used to wearing every single day and it's nice and smart, but make sure that you are used to playing your instrument in that outfit, because if you're going to be wearing something that is a little bit restrictive or just a little bit stiffer than what you'd normally wear, you need to make sure that you can still play your instrument perfectly well and be comfortable. And like I said, the shoes. I actually ended up taking off my shoes halfway through my grade 8 because I decided that they weren't that comfortable. So don't do that. It worked out okay, but yeah, don't do that. Practice in your shoes. Tip number 4 is to practice calming down. Now, this often sounds a little bit strange because you're like, what do you mean practice calming down? On the day of the exam, your adrenaline is going to be a bit high, okay? You're probably going to be a little bit nervous, but we'll get onto that in a second anyway. But a really good way of practicing how to just get your heart rate back down, get that adrenaline under control, is to just do some star jumps, have a little dance party, run around your house a few times.
Run, Forrest, run!
And then pick up your instrument and make yourself breathe and just really focus on getting that breath back into control, your heart rate down. This will also give you a little bit of practice at starting off playing with that adrenaline going. You may find you have some shaking going on. You may find that you're not able to focus quite so well. So learning how your body responds in that situation is absolutely invaluable, because then when you're stood in that exam room, your heart pumping a little bit and you know that you're likely to just plunge into your piece without even thinking about what the time signature is, the key signature, whether you're supposed to be leading in your accompanist, all of that kind of stuff. You need to know, okay, it's fine. I've done this before. I take a second, I breathe, I think myself through the first few bars of the piece, all of that kind of stuff that can just bring you back in and really focus you on the task in hand. Another thing that can be really empowering to know is that your body doesn't actually physically know the difference between nerves and excitement. I have a whole video on this, so I'll have that linked up here. It's the way you mentally respond to those physical triggers that will determine that. So fool yourself into thinking that you're really excited for that exam. Just think about how good it's gonna feel when it's done. You've put in all of this work and now is the time to show it off. So having a positive mindset around all of these heightened physical responses, such as the heart rate and the slight sweating, I mean, let's face it, it happens to us all, and all that kind of thing, can just mean that on the day you are in the best possible position to tackle those head on. And then last but very much not least, sleep. I'm not necessarily talking about the night before the exam, because not being able to sleep the best the night before a big event is totally normal. I want you to focus on getting really good sleep for the 2 or 3 nights prior to this. If you're already going into the night before your exam tired, you're going to wake up the next morning exhausted. So make sure that you're getting really good rest for the few nights leading up to your exam. I know it's really tempting to stay up late frantically practicing scales and all that kind of stuff, but there is no point. Your scales are where they're going to be, so this is where the practicing a lot in the months leading up to comes into play, but you don't need me to tell you that. Staying up till 3 a.m. practicing your arpeggios is not going to help you at all, so make sure you are getting good rest. And that's it. I hope these things have been really helpful for you. Like I said, next week is going to be how to physically prepare. But like I said, if you have enjoyed this video, please do like it. Please do consider subscribing to my channel. It'd be so good to have you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Practical practice techniques.